Hey folks, I wanted to apologize. I've been out of the loop. I had some computer difficulties, and prior to that, I traveled, fortunately, for 3 weeks overseas. Was in England, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland, Wales for a day, and then back to London. And it's not my first time going, but first time to Scotland and Northern Ireland and Ireland. It was very enjoyable, although for about 5 days I was sick, but still got to go. So it was a enjoyable trip, though a little less energy. Today, after finally getting back to this channel, I noticed that the Forge system came out with an anniversary edition, the Fantasy Open Role Playing Game Engine by Oliver Fradgley. And personally, I never really see too much hype about this, but it's a pretty neat little system. And what I've been doing, I'm not going to really show it today, but you'll see the end result when I get it all put out, because I think I figured out a neat way to solo this. Basically, I don't even know if I'll use the Forge rules. They're not too vastly different from what we're familiar with, but um, I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know what I'm going to do, but what I have been doing is filling out this map. I started at this bottom corner and then just have been going across, and I will show you in the Forge system. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but basically there's quick references at the beginning, and then you basically have your introduction, running the game, combat, play it characters, quick equipment, shopping, downtime, followers, domains, arcane magic, divine spell, GM and solo tools, and that's where it gets kind of interesting. This is like the Oracle, I believe. And then these are just a bunch of tables, I think from 30 on. Let's see here. I do believe. Okay, so yes, there's the first Oracle right there, your yes, no, random events, which I do plan to implement that. I just might not use the system because I like playing a monk. I like playing different types of characters. And then verbs and nouns, play procedure, wilderness adventuring, which I think is what we're going to start with. And there's some quests. But getting to the wilderness part, what I've been doing, and I have the thing completely filled out. So this is going to be our game area here. And what I've been doing is rolling one dice. So, well, first off, whoops, I went too far. Skip this table. This table right here, which I can't, can I highlight it? Okay, yeah. So this area here where you roll one dice and basically it's either, plains, hills, forest, swamp, desert. And I think I started with plains, right? Uh, so that's what this one here was. And then based on that, the next hex over, I rolled and I was at plains, and I think I rolled an 8, let's just say, and then it was plains. So you basically get the idea. You roll 2d6, and so this one was a plain, this one was a plain, and then I think on this one I rolled, and then it went to forest or something. So basically I'm filling this all out, which has kind of been a nice little solo thing to do. But then I got the idea, if I go ahead and do this part here, the wilderness discovery, so let's just say this one I rolled, and I think I had a 2 or a 3, then I rolled again, and I had, I believe, let's see, I think it was a terrain feature, so let's see if we can find that real quick. Terrain feature. So I rolled on this, and I got a 1, so then I went and rolled again, because it was in plains, and I got a stream, so I put a little stream there, right? So then I went back to this, and then this was plains, and let's just say, for instance, you roll, this is your wilderness of discovery. I wanted to basically fill all this out, and you're saying, well, shouldn't you do that while you're playing? That way you'll know, well, what I decided to do was fill out the map, with all the various hills and all that stuff, right? So the map is done. The world is, as far as the adventure, these are 6 mile hexes according to their little system. I think it takes like 2 days to get across, or maybe 2 turns a day to get across. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, I think so. And anyhow, I thought, well, why not fill this out? So, say like here in this one, which I don't think is the case, I rolled up a creature, then you go to the creature tables, and not dungeons, not settlements, creatures. And you basically roll it up there, you have all your things, and it was, I know one of the creatures was a monster, and it was, yeah, I had this roll here where it was rare, and it was a beast, I'm not going to say what it is, and so on and so forth. And then my idea was I basically wrote these out on notebook paper, and I can basically fold them up. So I'll have all the 15s in one little baggie, and then all the 14s, all the 13s, and then you have your letters here. So say I'm just exploring, I start here, and we do our stuff with the river, do our foraging or whatever, and then we decide after, camping, staying the night, hopefully no encounters, we go to this one, which whatever it was, well then I would just go in my little thing and get folded up 14B, and that would be what my DM would be telling me is the way I look at it. And yes, I'd still use the oracles, but that way we don't have to do all this rolling over here to, what is in each hex. I think I've gotten to about the 9th row of like filling out, and I've yet to have a settlement, so hopefully there's one, but I do have some dwellings that came up and stuff, so it's been kind of a neat little fun thing. So I'm just going to post this, and then hopefully this week just keep posting as, I have my characters go across this, and that's the only thing that might be different. I might use the solo part of this, but then I don't know. I do, from what little I've looked at it, the Tales of Aragon, I think, came out, and I got the PDF and printed all that out, and it does seem pretty interesting, and there's some solo rules for that. So yeah, it's going to be kind of a hybrid thing, but I thought I'd go give it a try until my people get crushed, and then we'll just, probably leave it at that for a while, and then maybe try another system. So anyhow, sorry for being late. Quiet guy keeps to himself. I'm still kind of mending up from the being ill, but yeah, for the most part, doing well. This was the only thing that was weird. Roads, I don't think, and trails, that didn't seem to ever come up here. I'm sure it's in, I don't know, somewhere, this wilderness discovery thing. But, one of the things about doing the solo thing is you learn as you're doing it. So yes, one day's mistake will be like, the next day's experience of like, oh yeah, I got to remember to do that. So anyhow, hope everybody's having a good one, and wanted to get this out. And yeah, tell me, are you guys familiar with this system? It seems pretty neat for the solo play, but like I say, it really doesn't get too much hype from what I've noticed. But there's so many game systems out there. But it has, besides this, it has the, let's see here now, I won't be able to find it. It has like the little sheets in back. So there's the player aids of, there's like the character sheet. I believe that's your followers, and then I think individual information. I guess if you had a party of, I don't know if these are supposed to be followers or you're just doing it solo with like maybe 4 characters. I can't remember what that is, or nor that. There's the wilderness one. This one, I believe, is for the dungeon creation and settlement map. So that's kind of neat too. And then I don't remember what these are. Oh, and this is to keep track of time. Paragon rules, which I believe is for the, if you're going to play solo, you could have a bigger character, I thought. I think I'm getting this mixed up with something else. Let's see. Player characters, allowing them to stand up to challenges that would normally require a full adventure party to face. Okay, so yeah, you could, maybe I will use these rules and then just go with this. I thought I was getting them mixed up. I think basically Tales of Aragon have the same comment, like build your guy beefier. But anyhow, so I might use these paragon rules and we'll just go exploring through the wilderness till we come to, well, whatever we come to. Because I'm not going to remember after I do all these things, what monsters where, maybe I'll give it a few days and I'll totally forget. So anyhow, I'm just rambling. Thank you for listening, and hope folks are looking forward to this little adventure series.